and Amache the entire time, and I hadn't noticed. And that is a gaffe on my part, but we see both of the compositions start to roll out. Kino's on the Junkrat, which could be quite a fruitful pick given the nature of the point on Lighthouse and how close quarters it can be. It could be a real pushback, and Dottie Pebbles will take out Kino and make him basically a non-factor. But now we are at a 2-for-2 thus far. One tank has been taken out of the equation. Xerix will get rid of the Mercy, so that is a huge scalp for the side of PBEZ. And Dottie Pebbles soloing the entire team on his back. He essentially Atlas shrugged with an Overwatch squad, and now it is Diva and Farah versus Mercy and a red-hot Zarya. Kino's ejected Zafroon from their mech. Dottie Pebbles and Zafroon will claim 2 frags. Now it is only 1 left on the point, and the 2 sides will slowly start to file in, and the entire red side has been depleted, and Origami will take the first blood.
Oh, after all that, it does look like Origami going to draw first blood on the round 2. They're not going to give them any rest, not going to give PBEZ any rest though. They are looking to choke them out, pushing them back, waiting for the teams to respawn. Xerix is still looking to respawn, he's just come back up now. Zafroon and Dottie Pebbles both holding onto their ultimates. Let's see how this unfolds. Wedner's ultimate's almost up as well. Equinox still about halfway there. And again, the quick kill picked up onto Kino.
There is a full-blown war of attrition, but now it is a 1-for-1 thanks to the Storm Arrow of Xerix. And Peggy will probably erase that frag. We are running into 35%, and the kill feed is basically painted blue. The 2 tanks are the only members close to the point to even contest. Multi and Dottie Pebbles will basically erase that attack. They will have to recoil and try again on the side of PBEZ. But to their credit, they do have the Valkyrie, the Graviton Surge, and the Dragon Strike, which have seen a heck of a lot of usage as of late, which we have alluded to but cannot say enough. Will we see it come out in this next push?
It's all going to be about Cyberwaste and how he positions himself.
There's the sound barrier on the side of PBEZ, and Kino will claim one of the tanks, so that is a huge frag. The Pulse Bomb will come out and stick to the back of Zafroon, and that will be him promptly ejected. Does claim his maker though. The Hanzo of PBEZ will be taken out of the equation. The point will flip over in amongst the fight, and Multi will be brought back, but if only for a while, as the point will flip over and then the defense of PBEZ will start to come into effect.
Looks like they are going to be able to get themselves onto the board. Multi looking to switch over onto... Oh no, he's still playing his Hanzo now. Equinox opting to hold onto the sound barrier. Did come out in the previous fight, but he has got it back. Zafroon at 90% again, holding onto the Diva ultimate. He's going to get that back quite quickly. Dottie Pebbles picking up, doing a lot of damage.
And we're now on the Winston. So we're doing a little bit more of the diving stuff. There goes the huge barrage, a huge dose of justice with 4 being claimed. And thanks to Team Justice, that is the point flipped over. And a Dragon Strike coming out from Xerix. A little bit curious and maybe a little bit of a mistake as we run into 90%. And now PBEZ are on the clock.
I think it just was a desperation ultimate they throw out. Like you said, 96% on the clock as of now. Look, Delhi looking to get onto the point to force the overtime. Zafroon's ultimate is going to pop out though. The overtime clock is ticking. They are going to have to find themselves onto the point as well. Multi throws out his Dragon Strike, picking up a quick kill onto Mache. Zerberus is going to fall down along with Kino. Dottie Pebbles again doing work, but it's look like it's going to be too little, too late. It's going to be round 2 to Origami.
Yes, indeed. And basically all they had to do was dig their heels in and everything was fine. And that is a 2-0 win on Ilios for Paper Plane Origami. And we will roll on to that next map. And who would you say is the standout for that set?
For me, the standout has to be Dottie Pebbles. No matter what role or what champion he's opted into, the Widowmaker, his Farah, he's always gone to work, picking off those priority targets, the squishies from PBEZ, sorry. And they don't seem to have an answer for him.
Well, when you basically when you're just being an absolute menace like that, you can feel like a king and rule them over with an iron fist. And it's definitely let that go. But we are now at 2-0 to Paper Plane Origami. We will take a break and we will be back very shortly. You're watching the CappingTV X Paper Plane eSports exhibition. We thank you for joining us. We'll return very shortly. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this CappingTV cross Paper Plane eSports exhibition set of Overwatch between Paper Plane eSports, Origami, and PPEZ. My name is Justin, aka Cyberwaste. I have a right-hand man of July. Please introduce yourself to the masses.
Thanks for that, Justin. My name is Will July Park. I'm here co-casting this game. We are on our third map for the day. It does look like it is going to be Gibraltar. What an amazing first two games that we've had though, Cyber. What's your favorite moment been?
Ooh, I'd say the attack from the side of Origami on King's Row. I always love seeing how efficient they can end up being, especially when they get past the foundry and end up just being in a full-blown war of attrition, but still moving the payload ever so slowly towards the end goal. But that is in the past. We are in the third map of this 5-map series between Paper Plane eSports, Origami, and the squad of PBEZ, and we are on Watchpoint Gibraltar, which is still one of the, I believe it's one of the oldest maps in the development of Overwatch.
Definitely one of the first classic maps of Overwatch for all the beta tests, all the beta players out there. But I'm super hyped to see Dottie Pebbles go to work. He has switched on. He does look like he's going to be opting in with the Genji. 50 seconds for PBEZ to set up the defenses. But Dottie Pebbles really been my standout player for this series. He's been going to absolute work on Widowmaker and Farah, and he's now showing his versatility and his ability to play both hit scan and projectile DPSs. And I'm really excited to see him on this Genji as well.
Well, just given his previous experiences, for those that are wondering, that he has played Widowmaker and Farah for the most part, has been quite proficient and made the other DPS on the side of PBEZ just cower in fear of him. But we are running into 15 seconds before the rollout will commence, and your defending side will be Origami. We have Multi on the Tracer, Dottie Pebbles on the Genji, as we mentioned before, Zafoon on the Diva, Peggy as Mercy, Wanda as Winston, and Equinox rounding out your squad as Zenyatta. And PBEZ will be on attack. Dilly will be your Reinhardt, Kino will be your Hanzo, Xerix will be your Widowmaker, Zerus already going to work will be your Zarya, your Zenyatta will be Marche, and Mealy will be your Mercy. And Mozzie already getting laid out by Xerix, and Xerix will eject Zafroon from their mech. So, in amongst the full formalities and introductions, we've seen a little bit of a stronghold already as they start to move that fight towards the ditch.
Dottie Pebbles deflecting the fire strike straight back into Merche, and Merche that is going to manage to get res. Xerus is going to pick up the quick kill onto Werdner, and Kino the one onto Zafoon. Mealy dropping very, very low. Equinox is going to go down to Deli as well, finding himself a little bit too deep there. Peggy doing what she can to keep Dottie Pebbles alive. Multi is going to be going around as well, but Xerix picking up showing off his skill, picking off that slippery Mercy, and Multi as well. Both Squishy's going to be going down, and that's going to be a very, very quick first point onto PBEZ. Are we going to see any changes come out from Origami?
I don't know, it could be too early to tell. They'll be in pretty bad spawns though, because a couple of them did spawn a little bit further forward, and then Equinox will be laid to rest by Xerix and his Peacemaker, so they will be down a man already, but then that frag probably erased by the resurrection there, and they start to move towards the plane, and Multi will claim 2 with the pulse bomb. The Dragon Blade will be unsheathed. Has not claimed any scalps as of yet until Cerberus does end up hitting the deck, and just like that, the pendulum swings in the way of Origami, and the payload will be stuck just underneath the shuttle in the second plate.
It's amazing to see how quickly the momentum can really be shifting from one side to another. Peggy is going to be rezzing Multi. Xerix is going to get that pick. Multi getting the kill quickly back onto Zerberus as well. Kino grabbing Peggy. Multi taking down Kino. We do have Xerix with his ultimate up. Deli does have the Earth Shatter available as well. Wordno does have Winston ultimate available, and Valkyrie sitting with Peggy.
Well, there is a couple of potential combos almost on deck. Zerberus will be having the Graviton soon enough to combo with the Dragon Strike or the Earth Shatter if he does so choose. They're choosing to engage right now. Werder and the Mercy in tow are starting to engage. The bomb will be stuck and will claim Zavaj and Kino in the process. And just like that, that entire push, you can forget about it. That is quick and dirty. And the team kill chime will sound. We run into 3 minutes 30 remaining.
Just watching Multi holding onto that pulse bomb, you could see what he was looking to do. Just he had his eyes focused, set on the backline squishies. But with that being said, with that skirmish, it does look like 5 members of PBEZ are going to be holding onto the ultimate. Let's see what sort of combos that they're going to be looking to pull out here. Zerebus and Kino always in sync with the Hanzo and with the Graviton pull. Let's really excited to see how they're going to make this come out. The early Transcendence coming out as well. Dottie Pebbles deflecting it straight back onto Zerx. Millie gonna be going down, so we're not gonna be seeing any reses, but PBEZ are absolutely being melted. 4 members, 5 gone down, and the last one, Delhi again. It is going to be another team kill for Origami.
Dottie Pebbles and Multi make me so happy because of the multi-frags and the reflect kill with the Deadeye. So clearly PBEZ's McCree there, who's just changed to the far, it would appear, just sort of jumped the gun, pardon the pun, and like that pun is done. And Kino ejects Zafoon from the mech, so they're essentially at 5.5 versus 6. But Multi is sitting on top of his shuttle. There goes the pulse bomb. Does chunk down the Zarya, does not claim a frag yet. Dottie Pebbles will get the better of Kino. Zerberus will take out the Wizard of the Werder. It looks like there was another brawl at the point, but Multi is being an absolute pest and has taken one out for himself. That is the healer taken out of the equation. So if it wasn't hard enough now, it's not impossible now with Amache falling to the grave. We're running into 1 minute 45 and 3 ults are on deck for PBEZ. Are they running out of time?
PBEZ really struggling to push it past the shuttle in the second point here. I feel like Origami is doing a great job in really choking them out, not giving them any opportunity to group up and make the most of the Zerbus, make the most of Zerbus' Graviton pull and Kino's Dragon Strike as well. Dottie Pebbles again picking up a quick kill onto Kino. The Transcendence is going to be coming up, and there it is. The Graviton pull going to come out, not going to be picking up any particular kills though. Zafoon going to drop a Zafoon and Multi picking up 2 quick kills once again. Xerx is going to go down as well, followed quickly by Delhi, and PBEZ just not able to find any sort of opening here.
Dottie Pebbles and Multi will be the names that PBEZ curse until the end of time, just based on this game alone. I've been keeping an eye on Multi for quite a bit, and he's just been running roughshod on the entire squad. And they're bled down to 45 seconds. They don't have any ult to bear either. So this is basically just a dry push, waiting until the final time. The Diva will be brought low. The sound barrier will come out from PBEZ. Kino will claim Miranda, but Multi will reply in turn. So that's 1 tech each for each side. It looks like Multi has a sight set on the Mercy, and then Dottie Pebbles will clean him up and finish the job. Kino does eject Zafoon from the mech, but it looks to be too little too late as the rest of the squad gets melted. Xerx is the only person to reply in the mech and is slowly being ejected and dealt with, and we are on the last 5 seconds. There is a last minute Earth Shatter that came out, and Zafoon did claim 1, but that may not be enough. Multi's trying to zone out the impending Mercy, does get promptly melted. The only man left is Zamaj on the Lucio, and he is not long for this world. Kino will be sent to the grave as a party gift thanks to Dottie Pebbles, and the payload will be stuck just under the shuttle at the second point. And breathe.
Origami really showing their composure. They didn't switch up their champions at all in that first round. We did have to see Xerx switch up onto 3 different champions. He had to waste, he was holding on to McCree the entire time, and he just had to switch off them because they couldn't find a way through. Really does show how tightly they are playing it, how spread out they're playing it. So Cerebus is really unable to make the most of his grab pulls, and it does look like we're going to see a lot of lineup changes here. Might have to adopt a little bit of a different strategy if they want to pull out a win for this map.
Well, to be quite fair, there is a saying about the second point. It is one of the easiest to defend, and always has been. Maybe that holds a little bit of truth, just based off of the defense of Origami. But regardless, we're going to see the lineups. It looks like the defenders are locked in place, at least. We have Kino on the Brigitte, who I expected to see a lot more of, but maybe not so much anymore.
No, I completely agree with you with the second point of Gibraltar being the easy one to defend. There's no real way for the attacking team to find a way around the defense. Not a lot of flanking routes either. It's just the one channel that they do sort of have to just brute force their way through. And as they do to prepare their defenses, we see PBEZ adopting the same high ground strategy that Origami did. I don't think they'll commit too much into trying to defend them in the first one, though they might have to if they want to pull out the win. They don't have to push it very far, Origami.
No, they do not. They only have to get just underneath the shuttle, so basically 1.5. And the Winston will be up top, and Xerix will get the better of Dotty Pebbles. Almost called him Dirty Pebbles just based off of his play in the last round, but he's promptly silenced, and that's definitely made Origami just recoil and try again. We see a Doomfist, as a matter of fact, on Zarafoon, and Kino will promptly delete him. And now the payload's in quite a precarious position, which is just under the ditch, just before the first point. So perhaps a good place for PBEZ to sort of dig their heels and keep it going as Xerix continues his little reign of terror by dropping Dotty Pebbles.
Definitely Origami are going to have to find a way around this to get a quick kill in their backline. Otherwise, PBEZ, they can just keep shooting their projectiles into their tunnel. But Origami are making good progress. Equinox by himself pushing his way through. Let's see if Dotty Pebbles can pick up a kill here. It does look like they have their eyes on Mache, who is going to go down. Wordner picking up that quick kill there. Kino is going to be fighting back, but Millie bringing Mache back, so no harm done. Dotty Pebbles picks it up to Millie. Wordner's going to go down. Zafun picking up the kill onto Xenox. Multi again. Zafun again onto Deli. Really going to work on this Hanzo. Masho does have Dotty Pebbles' number, though the Genji not able to do too much. The Twin Dragons are going to be coming out, but no. And he misses a little bit late. The fight did end a little while ago.
Better late than never, I guess. And perhaps a change impeding is based off of that. No, he's decided to stick with it. So maybe just a mistake on his part. Who knows? But we see Amache with the Transcendence on deck. We almost see a Graviton on deck as well. But Zafu will throw out his dragons. That pushes everybody on deck. But Deli will make Zafu eat a fire strike in quick order. I believe the Genji was actually charged mid unsheathing of the Dragon Blade. So it ends up being quite fruitless. There goes the Graviton surge from the red side. And Brigitte says precision Swedish engineering by wiping out the entire squad with assistance from the teammates of PBEZ. And we run into 1 minute 19. And this is quite the opposite of what we expected from Origami.
And that's what Cerebus has been waiting for all game, just waiting for Origami to group up. Does manage to grab 3 in the grab pull, and that sort of completely ends the fight. Origami, they are looking to take on the high ground with a minute remaining. Equinox holding on to his sound barrier. Wordner still does have the ulti, but Deli and Xerix and Millie, 3 ultimates from PBEZ. 2 now. Equinox is going to bring out the sound barrier. Wordner is going to be taken down. Deli as well. Deli, but he's going to get rezzed. Zafun pick up the quick kill onto Mache. The payload does tick over. The first checkpoint is done. PBEZ are going to have to retreat, but they are being staggered. Everyone falling one by one. Is Zerus going to be able to live? Millie taken out by Dottie Pebbles, switch back onto the Widowmaker. Doesn't seem like the Genji sat very well with him, and Origami are going to be making good progress for the payload. Not long to go now. And what sort of... and PBEZ are going to have to make a last-ditch effort to defend this, maybe even without the full team, as we see Delhi going on, quite early.
And it is quite an awkward spot, being right under the shuttle. But Kino will use the flail and knock Zapoon clean out of existence. But the feed is now a sea of blue, and the paper cranes are looking to soar. It looks like there was a trade of tanks there, and Dottie Pebbles is having yet another landmark Widow effort. The payload will end up underneath the bridge. The map will conclude, and the map will go to Origami. So 3 maps to 0.
As we review Dottie Pebbles, his play of the game on the Genji. Oh,
I think he'll be feeling himself after that play of the game, especially with the deflect right into the mouth of that McCree there. Ow, how's that bullet taste?
So that is now 3 maps to 0 in the favor of Origami. Dottie Pebbles really showing his versatility once again, and really his skill in Widowmaker really coming out. So just while they couldn't seem to be pushing, they couldn't seem to push past the first point, Origami. But as soon as the Widowmaker comes out, they went straight through.
Just about as easy as you would like. So with that out of the way, there is 3 maps done, and Origami have won. But we are being good sports about it, and we are playing through all 5 maps. So it is up to PBEZ to choose our next destination. Where would you like us to go? Just in theory.
I think PBEZ, they've been having, well, we've only seen, Gibraltar today, we've seen the King of the Hill maps on Ilios, and of course we had the first map on Rialto as well. It does look like with the payload maps, we've had the King of the Hill maps. Maybe we would like to see a hybrid map come out.
Perhaps, but it looks like looks like it's already been chosen by the side of PBEZ. Yes, it looks like we are going to Junkertown, so we're getting more and more of that good payload goodness. And we have had a trade out. It looks like Blanks has come in for Peggy for this next map. So we're just waiting for the admins to get this all sorted, and we will be on our way to Junkertown, hopefully. Unless they pull a fast one. But it's been an absolute treat casting all this with you, July, and I hope you are all enjoying this as well. We sure are. I hope it shows.
Definitely an amazing experience to be here on a Friday night. Definitely keen to see what Blanks is going to do. Peggy really does hold the team together with her healing and her support from the back lines. But Blanks, I've been told, is a very good flex player. Let's see what he can do.
Perhaps the flex is what they actually needed, because give them a little bit more sort of flexibility with multiple tank comps, or the basically 1.5 healer comp with Brigitte in tow. And it looks like everything has fallen into place. So that substitution was on the side of Origami for clarification. Peggy has gone out and Blanks has come in for them, and we will be on to Junkertown, a map that has become quite polarizing, loved by some, loathed by others. And actually I'm quite a fan of it, and that's not just because of the home ground advantage, perhaps.
A little bit patriotic to this map myself. I would be one of those who absolutely love this map. It's all in the details. You look over the cliff, you can see the rolling desert plains, and we are going to see a quick pause coming out from PBEZ.
Kino called for that and knows what what this is for. But yeah, there is a lot of little details. A nice little factoid for you. In the PTR, when this map was released, there's a little sign near the just past the first point, the entrance to Junkertown, and it used to say "take out," which we don't call them takeouts in this country. We call them takeaways.
That's true.
And they ended up changing it thanks to a little bit made by Niche, formerly of Screenplay. And yeah, that's why it's called a takeaway sign instead of a takeout sign.
Oh, come on, Blizzard. It's all in the details. You've got to get on the ball with these kinds of things.
Yeah, come on. Don't dog the boys. Speaking of the boys, good luck to them in the Overwatch World Cup qualifiers in Thailand very soon. But that is not our concern at the moment. Our concern is this. Are we going to see the pirate ship July? I think we may see the pirate ship come out. Just looking from the composition.
Would be exciting. Definitely would be exciting to see the pirate ship come out. Let's see, we've got two tanks. We've got Equinox moving over to Orisa, not jumping on the off support as Lucio this time round. Werdner jumping on to the Zaya. Blanks is going to be filling in exactly in Peggy's role, jumping in as Mercy. Zafoon from the off tank to the off support with Zenyatta. Dottie Pebbles moving over to Tracer, and Multi taking over the Widowmaker role. Delhi is going to be sticking with the Reinhardt. Kino bringing out the Bastion.
The pirate ship has set sail, and it looks like the entire side of Origami have just said, nope, nope, right the heck out of here. But Multi will start as he means to go on to the previous map and taking out Xerx in the Widow duel. So it is a 6 versus 5 very early on, but be wary of Kino and his absolute unit of a chain gun. But Dottie Pebbles will make healing a lot more difficult by dropping melee as well as a tank in Xerxes, and it looks like the pirate ship has had a huge leakage of the starboard bow and it's been forced to sink. And now PBEZ will have to try a different tact.
I guess that is one of the big weaknesses with running the pirate ship strategy. You're only shielded from one side. It gives Dottie Pebbles a Tracer a lot of room to go from behind. Charges ultimate very, very quickly before anyone else was even halfway there. And look at how much damage the pulse bomb's done. And now PBEZ are going to be having to find a way back onto the point, but they are being choked out. Kino going to be falling down, but Millie going to bring him down. Multi brings out the wall hacks. They're going to be looking to, again, Kino taking so much damage, but he's going to be kept alive by his team. Both teams just trading blows back and forth. Nothing major in the works. Werdner does get picked off by Zerberus though. It is quickly turned into, Multi leveling the playing field, but Xerx picking up a kill onto the slippery Tracer.
The slipperiest of slippery fish, and there is Delhi getting the fire strike onto Zafoon. His turn to scrap, and Xerx will throw the flashbang and tell Multi to freeze and drop dead. And now it is only Morona on the Zarya who's been basically forced to backpedal. And it looks like that little change was all worth it. And they may actually end up getting into the entrance of Junkertown, and it looks like the pirate ship's been reconfigured and resurrected. The pulse bomb did come out from Dirty Pebbles, but it was basically all for naught thanks to the healing and the transcendence. Multi will claim 2 with his Peacekeeper, make that 3, and the big tank will be taken out. The Delhi is the only person to reply. So it looks like they were so close, but they had it all snatched away from them by the defending side.
Origami not willing to give the first point out without a fight, not going to give an inch to PBEZ, even though they are 3-0 up in maps. The best of 5 has already gone to them. Look at, they're still playing with the same intensity as if it was the first game. It really speaks volumes about their character and how they've been coached.
And how seriously they're actually taking this. I hope your food is ready, my man. I don't know what that is. Looks like the Deadeye has come out from, it would look like Xerx. It will claim both the tanks, as a matter of fact. Dirty Pebbles is the only person to reply, but that is basically all. Werner did get called back. Multi will get 1, 2, and 3. Set him up and knock him down. It is a carnival time. here on Junkertown. It is the Country Town Fair, and Multi is the sharpshooter that is feared all over.
I think Multi heard our commentary the last few games. I think he's a little bit jealous now of all the attention Dotty Pebbles has been getting. Really putting on a show, picking up the 3K with the Deadeye and another 4th shortly behind it. Does with 6 seconds remaining on the clock. PBEZ are going to have to force an overtime. The Equinox are going to stop him completely. 3 members. Oh, Dotty Pebbles picking up a quick 3. PBEZ is going to fall down to Multi as well, and it does look like the GGs are going to be coming out for round 1 on Junkertown.
They ring the bell to finish it off. The entire team got wiped. And yeah, Multi, yeah, you're pretty good at video games too. He had a breakout game, especially with the Peacekeeper on McCree. 3 with the Deadeye was one of the follow-up, and then just basically making the entire attack collapse single-handedly. Unreal.
Goodness, well, you can definitely see it was worth it. And at the end of the day, for Origami to contest that final point, PBEZ weren't even able to score a single point on this map. So it does look like they've got their work cut out for them on the defensive end. PBEZ Delhi looking to move over from the Reinhardt onto Orisa. Xerix on his McCree. Zerberus though, on the Roadhog. Let's see if he can pull some squishies in. Kino moving back to his Hanzo, Mache and Millie sticking with their comfort picks on Zenyatta and Mercy.
Zerberus might have taken you for a ride. He's hovering over Zarya at the moment.
He's changed back.
Yeah, he threw you through a loop, mate. They love to do that. Looks like we may see another pirate ship redux, but it'll be with patching power. There is blanks on the Brigitte. Now on the Mercy, they're doing these quick picks. As soon as we get into talking about it, they change it right under our noses. We're going to have to get used to this at some stage. But we're running into 30 seconds until the rollout will commence. It looks like the defenders have locked in place. Delhi will be your Reinhardt. Kino will be your Hanzo. Xerix will stay on McCree. I mean, why not? He had an alright game. Zerberus will be your Zarya. Amache will be your Zarya. And Melee will be your Mercy. And 2 and 1. And they roll out on the side of Origami. It looks like they are all perched to be on the pirate ship, and it'll be a pirate's life. Hopefully they can make some plunderous treasures happen. I stretch that bit like a dull seam limb.
Now they have taken refuge behind the wall on the high ground. Oh, and Equinox
that hole is disgusting.
They don't seem to have noticed Xerix on the high ground above them though, on the left side. Nearly's taking a lot of damage. That Foon gonna go down. Zerberus picking up that quick kill, but Dotty Pebbles getting revenge, taking down Delhi as well. Amache is gonna drop Equinox very quickly. That Zenyatta orb doing damage. Dotty Pebbles again, another kill onto Xerix. No surprises there. On the bash, while he is on the bash, should hold left click to win. The ultimate does come out though. Multi is gonna go down to Kino. The Tracer managed to pick him off. The Valkyrie is going to come out from Blaine. Dotty Pebbles still trying to do as much damage as he can. Going to fall down to Zerberus. Kino taking a lot of damage. The Rez coming out. Is he going to manage to survive? 3 members of the blue team of the red team, sorry, are in pursuit. Dotty Pebbles is going to go down. And Xerix, 2 quick kills onto the DPS and the support. They are going to have to look to regroup. The Equinox is going to go down. Multi picking up a consolation kill onto Kino.
And it looks like the Reinhardts had a nice tango right down the cliff. And they ended up cancelling each other out there. So the payload is in quite the position for a defender. You have to really keep your opponents at arm's length. And Multi will exploit that by taking out Xerix, forcing the res out. It looks like there is going to be a full-blown duel on the point. And Zafoon has been sent to the grave. Sorry, Grandma, your sniping skills are a little bit lacking at this day and age. The Transcendents will end up coming out for PBEZ. It looks like the Zarya will claim Dotty Pebbles, the absolute menace. And it looks like this war of attrition will continue, and it will force Paper Plane Origami to be pushed back. They definitely will now, thanks to Kino's strike on the multi.
And you can see the game IQ from MSJ coming out there. The Transcendence coming out even for just the one. If someone from PBEZ does die, they have to run all the way back. Whereas for Origami, if they die, their spawn room's just a stone's throw away. Look, if there's no breathing room for PBEZ to make any sort of mistakes, and they're playing a very tight game, Xerx's really doing well on the Widowmaker. Dotty Pebble's not really able to do much. He has switched off the Bastion though, looking to go dive into the backline and pick off people with the Tracers. Afun going to go down again. Xerx really going to work with the Widowmaker. Multi has switched off onto the McCree as well. So Xerx has the free range to do what he wants from the back line.
Whenever you give someone that much room, you know damn sure they're going to try to make the most of it. We have 3 ultimates on deck. The Nano Boost has actually come out onto Dotty Pebbles. There goes the Earth Shatter from the side of PBEZ. Dotty Pebbles will claim 3 frags thanks to the Nano Boost. Thank you very much. Kino will even up the duel of the Tracers, but it will be all for naught. And now the payload will slowly start to move forward towards the gates as we go into 30 seconds remaining in this final push. And PBEZ, you will have to get your wriggle on now, or it's going to be game over.
Does look like they are not going to be able to make it. The GG's coming out. Map 4 of 4. Origami managing to keep their clean sheet, yet to take let you lose a map. Dotty Pebbles again, no surprises here on the Tracer.
And Dotty Pebbles definitely having an MVP performance. It would have either been him or the McCree there, that being Multi. They both had standout games. This entire series, I feel, has been just a clinic from the side of Origami and their 2 DPSs, that being Dotty Pebbles and Multi. And basically saying that is a lot of damage, and they had a lot of damage. But we are 4 maps deep in this 5-map series, and we will actually go to a break to breathe, eat, and get back to all the fragging very shortly. I have been Cyberwaste. I have been joined by my co-caster July, and you are watching the CappingTV cross paper plane eSports exhibition game. We will be back very shortly. Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the Paper Plane eSports Cross CappingTV exhibition game of Overwatch and this 5-map set. My name is Justin, aka Cyberwaste. I'm joined by July, and we have had 4 absolute belters of maps thus far.
Haven't they? We are on the 5th and final map of this evening. It does look like it is going to be Rialto. We are going over to Italy.
Italia, yes. And it is the youngest map in the entire pool and is actually seeing a lot of traction. It's been quite interesting because the map is so new, just watching it slowly take shape in terms of positioning and how teams approach on both sides. But to me, I think it's the prettiest map to look at by far.
We did touch on the amount of detail that Blizzard does put into these maps. We do see a pause come out. Do seem to be having a few technical difficulties.
Hello, welcome back. We have gotten rid of the little technical gremlins and we will resume our final map, which is Rialto. And as we were going into, there are a lot of pretty little details. Like right now, I'm looking at the gondola and there's a little boat driver. It's lovely.
And I love how you can jump onto the boats as well. They let you, the Blizzard really does go out of the way to really let their players enjoy every aspect of the map. And we have seemed to have resolved all the technical issues. We are going to be kicking off this map in the next 10 seconds or so. Delhi, with going through the lineups really quickly, there are no player lineups, no changes to the lineups. Delhi has opted to go back on the Reinhardt, Kino onto the Farah, Cyberwaste with his Zaya pick, Xerix onto the Hanzo as well, and of course Rashe and Millie on the Zenyatta and the Mercy. Really seeing those two really go to work and really do well actually to really keep this team together and keep them alive.
Indeed. And we see we've just gone through the defenders on the attacking side. It would appear that we have Delhi as the Reinhardt, Afara on deck, being in the form of Kino. Xerix yet again on the Hanzo. He's had a really good time on it, so why not? Cerberus as your Zarya and Amache and Mealy as your Zenyatta and Mercy respectively. We run into 5 seconds to go and the gates will open and the payload will slowly inch its way forward across the bridge. There is a Sombra on deck. Zafroon, as a matter of fact, has decided to be an absolute pest and move into the back line, move towards the front with the translocator and turn. And looks like a little bit of damage might be peppered. Maybe trying to get a sneaky hack. No, he's got the Discord orb, and that's forced him to retreat. So a little bit of a poking game, as you were. The fire is brought dangerously low, though, and it gets promptly deleted by Dirty Pebbles. So he's keeping his menacing aura about him at an all-time high, and it looked like the hack actually got off onto the Reinhardt there too, so just giving Dottie Pebbles free reign to do whatever the hell he wants.
Kano was trying to be a little bit sneaky there with the Farah, trying to flank it around, but Dottie Pebbles picking him off. Did manage to find himself on the high ground earlier, took the advantages there, and PBEZ have been pushed off of the payload. had that stolen from them, out from under them by Origami.
Indeed, it's like
work here as well on his Orisa. Wordner taking off the high ground. Kino is just going to fall off. Goodbye, going for a swim. And PBEZ not able to, they've lost the first skirmish, but not to worry, there's still plenty of time for them to steal it back.
I hope Kino boarded his floaties. That's all I have to say about that. Monty's actually on the May, and knowing the way that this first point is laid out, the current position of the payload, he could actually be an absolute pest with the length of the ice walls, and he's actually got the blizzard ready to go, and there's no diva to eat it up. So if he throws it out, it just may as well just be a chilly afternoon in Italy. If it ends up coming to fruition, the Dragon Strike will end up coming out, as does the Attack Visor. Will claim one victim, and the entire feed will be painted a very gorgeous sky blue as Origami will run over PBEZ and make their push ultimately fruitless.
Everyone from Origami having a hand in the kill. Everybody just sharing the glory, if you will. Dottie Purples has managed to find himself up onto the high ground. Blanks is going to be pocketing him. Don't seem to have an answer for him though, because Kino has switched off of the Pharah onto opting in for the Tracer and Equinox.
Oh no,
with the triple pull! Oh my goodness. Oh, I wonder if that could be. We could see that come out as the play of the game.
Please, I want it to happen. How often do you see something like that? And he will be smiling ear to ear for the rest of this set. Even if they do not end up winning the map, they do have a full gambit of ultimates. The Blizzard and the Valkyrie will come out. The Xerix will claim both one of the DPSs and one of the healers, that being the big one in Mercy. The whole hog will come out. Looks like the entire feed will be red for the time being. Multi will be sent to the bench. Thank you very much. Looks like Attack Visor did come out from Dottie Pebbles. It's very, very low at the time being. And Xerix single-handedly will crack the entire defense as we run into 40 seconds remaining. Will they even try to contest? Poor Blanks actually got staggered out really hard, and Xerix has the Deadeye at the ready, and he's actually got quite the hot hand at the moment.
Yeah, that attack is coming out a little bit too little too late. PBEZ are going to be looking to push and grab the first checkpoint. Wordner not going to be able to contest. Equinox not going to make it, but 3 Squishy's going to get pinned. Deli is going to pick up a quick kill onto Wordner. Blanks is going to go down as well. Xerix taking out Equinox, and Zafun is going to be looking to pick him back up, but Dottie Pebbles multi are going to go down. Last member with Zafun picking up the last consolation kill onto Kino, but it does look like PBEZ are going to be free to push the payload through the first part of this second checkpoint.
Yes, indeed. It looks like they are looking to try and engage very early on. Zafun almost, actually not even close into the line of the flashbang. The bongo will go down. The supercharger is active for the blue side of Origami. So there's a lot of amped up damage, but it did not last long. Deli will take out that little piece of hardware. Zafun will drop Kino. Got so close to get the frag onto Zafun, but will drop Xerix. And Amate will be dropping out the Hanzo there. And looks like Deli has cracked the entire defense, quite literally at the edge of his hammer. And they keep the payload moving towards the seaside at the second checkpoint.
Origami seem a little bit shaken here. I think they got a little bit too cocky after Equinox's 3-man pull over the edge. They don't seem to be able to compose themselves, but we do see the Dragons coming out onto the checkpoint. The Valkyrie is going to come out. A boosted Dottie Pebbles going to take down Millie so quickly, picking up a quick second kill onto Xerix as well. Kino's going to take down Equinox, but Mache going to drop again. Dottie Pebbles picking up 4 members now of the enemy team with his attack visor. Deli's going to fall to multi as well, and Kino is going to be I don't think he's going to be looking to dive in. It's not going to be worth it. He's going to have to group up with the remainder of this team.
He can't do that anymore because he's dead. Dottie Pebbles will do the deed. Or shall we call Dirty Pebbles, as is indicated from his previous endeavors over this set tonight. And Melee does bring Kino back using the resurrection, so we are at a full 6 versus 6, but they're being kept at an arm's length. Dottie Pebbles will force Amache to eat a bunch of Helix rockets, and with the damage boost in tow. And I believe he had the nano boost as well earlier. So Multi and Dirty Pebbles just running roughshod on the entire attack. And we've run into 15 seconds to go. And they don't really have much to work with.
Does look like with 10 seconds to go, Kino might be able to touch the point. 6 seconds. Is Kino going to be able to do it on his Tracer? Boosts do come out. They are going to be able to force the overtime out. Let's see how they go. But Pebbles again, 2 kills with his attack visor. Oh, Multi picking up 3 people with his grenade, but it might be too little, too late. Here's Werdner. The whole hog does come out, dropping out Deli as well as Zerberus, and it is going to be round 1, the end of round 1, with PBEZ taking 1.5 points of the final map.
You can almost call it 1 3/4. They got 101.38 distance. So it's basically just by the seaside, just before the second checkpoint. Because the second checkpoint, if memory serves, is just before the bridge. So it's just a little bit before that. Remember, chew and spit your vitamins, kids. Just judging off of the chat.
No, it's good to see spirits still being high. Very considerate of PBEZ to stop the checkpoint there, so we can enjoy this amazing waterside view. You don't get to see too much of this in Australia, but it's nice that we have it. We've come all the way to Italy to enjoy this waterside view.
Indeed. I wonder if they, you know how they have those road safety messages? Because of Venice and the fact that it's entirely flooded, I wonder if they have canal safety.
I'd imagine they would, but like, people have common sense not to walk next to the canals and fall into them. You'd
think so, but watching a lot of Overwatch on this map and seeing how some of them try to traverse the canals and end up falling in the drink. Just by their own volition, by the way, not with the assistance of abilities. They're just running on their own.
Maybe we have to petition Blizzard. Next update, Blizzard, please. OHS issues. Please give us some signs.
WHS, we require signage and posts. There we go. We are on the attack on the side of Origami. We have a Doomfist sighting. That being Zafoon. He's pulled it out a little bit earlier tonight. He's pushed right into the back line, got stunned, and absolutely deleted from the server. Equinox does reply, but it may just be all for naught, as Xerix and Kino, with a little bit of assistance from Delhi, and end up just completely trouncing the first attack.
It was creative of them. It was definitely creative of Origami. Choose to flank very quickly as well, but the PBEs that they adapted and reacted very quickly, very well. Multi is going to boot Zerf off the side. Zafoon going to fall down to Kino on the Hanzo as well. Multi looking to go to work with the off spot of the Lucio. Zerberus has come back. He's looking to make his way back to the team. Currently is a 5v6. Werdner taking a lot of damage with the bubble and the shield are going to be going up. Delhi, the shield doing work in the tight corner. They're just not able to get any sort of damage through. Dotty Pebbles again onto the melee.
There goes the recon vision and the dragon strike. Doesn't claim much of frags, but basically passed the seas in terms of manpower. But Dotty Pebbles just constantly being a sharpshooter on the Widow, and Equinox will put the rubber stamp and Werner will send it away. Looks like this first checkpoint will actually fall and Origami will scratch one on the board. It doesn't look like the opposition of PBEZ will even try to contest, and no, they will not.
Dotty Pebbles, this guy is absolutely playing out of his mind right now. Multi is holding on to the sound barrier though. No ultimates up except for the Valkyrie on PBEZ side. Werdner almost has his ultimate up, and the whole hog for Zerberus is almost there, along with the supercharger from Delhi. Both teams just trading blows back and forth. PBZ not looking to contest the early part of the second checkpoint.
It did look like a little bit of a mistime between Blake's and Boone. Ook basically giving them a nano boost when he didn't even have the blade ready. The sound barrier will go out. It looks like a boot ended up happening thanks to Xerix. the bongo will give the defenders a little bit of a damage boost that's been put to work by Amage dropping Dotty Pebbles there. And now it's just mere formalities as the side of Origami try to get back to normality, but Zafoon will claim the grenade wielder of Zerbex. There goes the whole hog of Zebus. And now this absolute brawl will keep going on by the seaside.
Now getting very, very close. Wordner dropping early. Dotty Pepper's picking up a quick kill onto Xerix as well. Zerber's taking a lot of damage. Deli gonna go down. Kino picking up the kill onto Multi. Zafoon is gonna be able to drop Zerber's though. Dotty Pepper's finally going down. Hanzo, the other sniper, getting the best of him. The Dragons are gonna come out onto the point. There isn't gonna be anybody there. Equinox hiding himself in the corner, seeing if he can stay a little bit inconspicuous. Wordner's gonna take that Mache. Zafoon going down. Both tanks are going to be falling, and PBEZ not out of the game yet. They are still alive and still in this.
Ooh boy, they can breathe a sigh of relief and just sort of stretch out and chill for the time being, thanks to Kino and his Dragon Strike. He's essentially to blame. Zafoon is on the flank, ended up getting trapped there, and then promptly gets deleted by Kino. Thank you very much. But if you look at the positioning of the payload, it's in quite the spot and could actually go either way. We'll expect a few very extended team fights in the interim. Zerberus will actually drop Dotty Pebbles, so that is a huge damage dealer taken off the table very early.
I like Zerberus's move onto Diva. He can just go get into the face of Dotty Pebbles on his Widowmaker. And of course, he can protect a lot of his squishies with the defensive matrix. Doesn't manage to catch the graviton matrix there. Zerberus and Deli dropping very low. 3 members of the blue team dropping very, very quickly. And Zerix picking up Zafoon and Wordner, but it does look like it is going to be too little too late. Origami with the team kill are going to take the 5th and final map.
It is a sweep in the true sense of the word, and basically their defense was like 4,000 pieces of paper, and you try to use it with a pair of tin snips. So that is a 5-0 win and wash for Origami, and you see the player of the game from Equinox. Easy as you like, into the drink. And
Spray's coming out as well. He knew it. He knows it. He's happy about it. Well deservedly, he should be. But ladies and gentlemen, what a series it's been. What an amazing best of 5 it's been. 5-0 to Origami. A lot of things to be proud about. At the same time, PBEZ, they definitely didn't make this easy for them.
No, it was buttery smooth all the way through. That was a little challenge I set for myself, as a matter of fact. But they did put on quite a show. All 12 people in the server. They hopefully put on a great show for everybody here. And I've got a question to propose to you, Mr. July.
Of course.
Who do you think will be the MVP for this evening?
Oh, I've been absolutely transparent with who my absolute favorite has been. Look, my MVP, but has to go to Dotty Pebbles. He's been going to work every single map. His consistency really showcases his skill, and especially with the Widowmaker on his Genji, on his Tracer, Pharah, no matter who he picks, look, he's always doing what he has to do, getting the clean picks, and yep, so that he's got my MVP vote. I find it really hard to argue with that. And even if only we could give it to more than one person, I'd give it to Multi as well. But we have only one award because we can only forward one actual trophy, and I find it really hard to argue against Dotty Pebbles. He was just being a constant menace as the DPS, especially with the Widowmaker, trying to keep the entire opposition at arm's length. Was an absolute unit on the Genji on Gibraltar and a couple of other maps. And he put on an absolute show for the entire stream tonight, and I was thoroughly entertained by him and his performance. It does look like somebody in our chat does want to ask a question. Didn't say exactly what it was, but ladies and gentlemen, this is an interactive channel. If you do have any questions or anything you would like to comment, please feel free to post something in the chat. But overall, even with the score being 5-0 to Origami, look, PBEZ played extraordinarily well. There are a lot of positive things that they can take away from this match, as showcased with the Hanzo and with the Zarya ultimates really being used well. They did take a lot of fights. Like I said again, they did make it very hard for Origami to make it a 5-0.
Indeed. Well, a couple of the maps and a lot of the fights they made Origami sweat quite a bit, which you could tell for a couple of the points, especially on I think it was Gibraltar as well for the opening skirmish. It was just a really tough war of attrition for a few of the points and a few of the engagements. But when all was said and done, it looks like Origami was the better team of the day.
Definitely, and it's the experience and the chemistry really being showcased here. But it's all at the end of the day, it is an exhibition game. These teams scrim with each other very often. A lot of history there, a lot of no love lost, I believe. We're still friends at the end of the day. It still was a great series to watch.
Indeed, and hopefully it was entertaining for the masses as well. And unless there are any other things that you want to add, July, anything you want to plug or any notes you want to tag onto this?
When's the next one going to be?
Ooh,
TBA.
Soon TM. I would assume. I wonder what that question was. He's dogging us. Maybe it was a marriage proposal and he got cold feet. Who knows? But is there anything else, or are we fine to say our formalities and bid you all adieu?
I do believe that's all we had on the agenda for today. We are just waiting to see if there is anything else to address. If not, I'll leave it to you, Cyber.
Indeed. Alrighty, and that is where we shall shut down our coverage for the evening. You have been watching the CappingTV Cross Paper Plane eSports Overwatch exhibition. My co-caster had been July. My name is Justin, aka Cyberwaste. You can follow me on Twitter at I am Cyberwaste. You can follow this channel at CappingTV on Twitter. And with all that said and done, good night, happy fragging, and be the best hero you can be.